36 just for students.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
Yes, sir.
Students, good evening, all of you.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Very
Good evening, sir.
Uh,
Good evening, sir.
See how many of you are present. Means let's start and let them to be admitted also. Why should we wait them? 41 right now. Already you are in 40, you are total 41. Let's start and let them come. Okay,
Okay, sir.
students.
Yes, sir.
We have to wait
Yes.
more time or let's start.
Start,
Let's
sir.
start.
Because very confined time. Time is also no more in our hand. It is fixed 2 hours and only second class tomorrow is of tomorrow. Tomorrow is your last class. Today and tomorrow. Okay, we have to cover entire chapters also. Then let's start and let them come also. Your total student admitted or joined 40. Bijoy, କେତେ ପିଲା ଏଥର admission ନେଇଛନ୍ତି? 189. Oh, that means I think this year record, huh? ଏତେ ପିଲା ନେଇଛନ୍ତି. Out of 189, you people admitted 41. Okay. And you know that this I am allotted for BLIE-229. Students, all of you know.
Yes, sir.
BLIE-229. I am allotted for this paper. I have taken your another paper also, BLIE-223.
Yes, sir.
I have taken 2 classes. Or if you are considering one hour, that is 4 classes. If it is considered 2 hours, that is 2 classes. Already I have taken, and this is my third class for first class for 229, third class for BLI. Okay, and you know that this paper is of your computer paper, computer related paper, and this paper is also very important paper. Though your every paper is important, still taking to the present IT scenario, ICT implementation in the library and information centers. If you are giving stress, that means stress goes or credit goes to the computer related works or ICT, information communication technology, and side by side IT, information technology. Both the terms are most important for the present scenario, ICT and IT. ICT and IT. ICT means information communication technology. IT means information technology. Both are reciprocal to each other. Both are of having coherence also, and that is most important also for the present information technology era. For the present information technology era, and also it is in that way important. If you do not have ICT knowledge or computer knowledge, and technological know-how. Know-how means knowledge. Technology related knowledge. Also, to some extent, we cannot survive in our service. Am I right? I think.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
I'm 100% right. What I feel. If we are not being updated, if we are not in or expert in computer, hands-on practice, what we exactly say, also it will create a major problem in providing right services or correct services to the user community. So it is most important. So for this, block 1 ICT in libraries, that is your library automation. Block 2 digitization and digital libraries, that two things that is given. One thing is a DSpace and another thing is GSDL. Tomorrow we will go through the DSpace and GSDL, but today we will have a discussion. We will have a discussion taking to the library automation. And library automation is also most important, and important means of what? Most important factor or thing for providing the entire library services through the automated process or computerized way, computer processes. Through the computer related works. It is almost computer related works. It is most important also in the present ICT era, that if you are going to provide online services or services without coming to, or any user community without coming to the library, library will provide library services. For that, it is no doubt we have to create that state of the art. We have to create the state of the art in the library, without which we cannot work or provide online services or the services through the automated process to the users community. Are you getting, all of you? Getting me? It is most important thing. So for that, library automation is a most important part, and that library of without that library automation, that also we cannot record, or we cannot provide the updated information, we cannot provide the latest technology oriented services to the users community. That you may say about your article processing, article dissemination, you may say about your scanning your papers or your documents to the users community. After scanning, you can provide the documents to the users community, or you can say about your the things which are present in your library, and that you are, suppose your reports, dissertations, thesis, all these things, the soft versions of the soft copy, or e-books also, e-thesis also, e-dissertation, e means electronic, electronic thesis, e-thesis, e-dissertations also, e-reports also, magazines, e-newspapers also, e-magazines also, e means electronic, electronic magazines, electronic, everything. What about the physical versions are available? or the documents are available in the physical format, the same thing that is through your digitized process also available. That you are, you all of you are known about that also, that you are going to see every day your magazines, newspapers in the online mode you are going through, and the same thing that is in the printed version available, your hacker is coming and giving you the same Samaj, same Dharitri, same Asian Age, same Times of India, same everything. That also the same version or the same matter that is in the digitized version or the e-book or e-version of the news or newspaper or magazine or everything, anything what you say in the present era available. And that also for disseminating it is a easy way process than the than providing the printed version of your library. And in a single click you can disseminate the resource or resources of the library to your users community. Is it a greater facilitating or not? Is it greater facilitating? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Sir.
than the physical format. Because
Yes.
if someone is wanting to access your library means someone has to come, someone should come to your library. Otherwise, the services will not be getting. You cannot help them, your users community. But through online mode, if your services or your materials are ready in the e format, then if you are having your internet connection and the apparatus which are readily useful for disseminating your resources, or what about the things present in your library or any type of document, that easily you can disseminate or provide to your users category. It is a fast mode service and also very quick service, and this service exactly user community is needing that, and user community is also wanting to get, if you without coming or without going to the library, the same services could have been provided or would have been provided to the users community. It is a most important in the present era, and also it is very useful with respecting to the users community, providing the better services to the users community, be it you can say your cost cutting, be it you can say your time saving, be it you can say your any problem, anything which are important, most important for the users community. So for this, if you are having any resources in your library and that resources exactly you are wanting to provide the same type of services, also you have to do some works. What kind of works exactly you have to do? You see that you can go to that part, you can open your what, your BLIE-229, the PDF version is also available. That PDF version you can open that, how your local area network or internet, what you say, your internet is working and also is helpful to provide or in providing your resources from to the users categories, and that is available in your page number 6 also, and that is most important, that for creating or searching in through your opaque online public access cataloging, and that online public access cataloging can give you the information relating to the present documents present in the library or the available documents present in the library. Accordingly you can demand for your library. Integrated library system, what we say, integrated ILS, integrated library system, that you have to that you see that figure page number 6, everybody you can see acquisition, circulation, serial control. These are the most important three parts or divisions of your library, and that you have to acquire your, or acquire means acquire your documents for the library, and that you have to circulate the entire documents to the users community, and also that the things which are generally to some extent not given for a longer period, but it can be referred in the library, that is your serial control. Nowadays it is available in the e version. You go back to the 5-10 years back, that is exactly hard copy was available, and we are procuring the hard copies to the library, and the people who are coming to the library and accessing those materials in hard copy. But nowadays the e versions of all the materials, whatever the things are available in the library, maximum, or I can say that 90% of the resources, 90% of the resources are available through the online mode, and we can procure that 90% resources for our library also. That we can create the digitized format also, we can automate our system also, that by accessing or by incorporating the entire systems, ICT systems in the library. That you see that central file server and database which controls the entire system, that is through that opaque also user can see and search it out the needing document as per his or her requirement, and through that central file server database that can be disseminated to the users community. The services can be provided to the users community through the interlibrary loan, through reports and utilities, through system administration, and that a librarian can control all these things also. Librarian is the key person of the library. Librarian is the key person of the library. Librarian can control the entire system sitting at a particular place or in front of a computer. But it should be integrated and the system should be correlated to each other. If you are not having a server, you cannot provide the same data services to the users community at the larger scale. And if your aim should be in a larger scale, not should be in a micro scale, microwave, that should be in a macro way. So for that you have to create the integrated library system. That integration can help you in providing the better services, or whatever the things which are available in your library can be disseminated to the users categories. Evolution of library automation, you can grow through that. Pre-computer era 1950, standard alone era 1960, online system 1970, microcomputer era 1980, and web era 1990, open era 2000, and now in 21st century, that is in the year of 2021, that you can say that not automation, that is entire system nowadays is going to be converted from the traditional pattern of system to the digital pattern of system and automated through that also automated system, and can be the entire digitized system can be provided through the automated system. So these are the automation. This is the automation age, and you cannot say that this is the third, fourth, fifth automation age. And that you can say that fifth automation age 2.0. Now it is about 3.0, web 3.0, and under that web 3.0, you can see these are the things which are available. That is starting from the CD-ROM, taking to the now you see that is 2014. Remarkable achievements of the present era, development of the matured and globally competitive open source library management softwares, establishment of open standard like SRW, SRU, Mark, XML, all these things, NCIP, NISO, circulation interchange protocol also, Web 2.0, opaque, and also that is linked open data also. All these things are available for the library, and under that also library professionals are providing services to the users community. It is a most important factor. The mechanism of the automation, that is for library, for upgrading the library system, for developing the system into the better standard, that we have to create new technologies, or you have to incorporate new type of technologies which are available in the market, and accordingly the highest best services could be provided to the users community, and the users community that time would be satisfied if you are giving without any disturbing, without any creating problem for them in a very minimal and limited period. Students, all of you are listening and understanding?
Yes, sir. We are listening.
If you are not
Yes,
having
sir.
that idea, if you do not understand my lecture also, you can break me, you can put me question. Under that also we can have a better discussion in that way. And
Yes,
library
sir.
housekeeping operations
Yes,
also,
sir.
that library housekeeping operations are most important things here. And what are the things which are coming under that library housekeeping operations? That acquisition is a process. uh, that under that process we have to select, we have to order, we have to receive, we have to access the documents for the library. And that after acquiring the documents or after receiving the documents in the library, that also we have to do the minimum things for keeping our records for the future purposes. That taki we can identify the document, we cannot lose the document, or we cannot damage the document without keeping the records. Processing is the most important. For that processing, we can have a better classification, cataloging, labeling also, shelving also. These are the processing modes of the library, and we have to go through four levels. These four levels we have to classify the subjects, and according to the subject classification, we have to follow the cataloging rules. And under that cataloging rules, we can label, we can give the labeling to the book and also the other materials. And after getting that also, or doing that also, we can shelve. We can shelve the documents in the shelves, and also in the, or that may be in the almirah, that may be in the racks, that may be in the wall almirah, that may be in any place where you can locate easily the document for the library users. And aftermath of that also, you can use, locate, lend, reserve, recall, interlibrary, provide the services to the interlibrary loan, or you can give the services to the photocopy mode. These are the ways of or means of disseminating the resources of the library. And after that also, as you are washing your clothes after using 2-3 days, that it needs or it requires washing, that for that also the documents, whatever the things, or the collections, whatever the things in the library needs reparation, needs discarding, needs binding. All these are the most important things for creating the longevity of the document, for providing the better longevity to the documents of the library. It is most important thing. These are the things which are coming under the different different students, different library housekeeping operations.
Housekeeping operation.
These are coming under the different housekeeping operations.
Sir, I have a
And
question.
put me in the question. Ask me.
Sir, what is the use of loan in this library?
Lawn, na?
Yes, sir.
Lawn library.
Yes, sir. Loan.
Lawn library is a very modern type of concept which has emerged in the present era. That have you seen that the pictures in the royal families? If you
Yes, sir.
see any pictures in the royal families, the royal
Yes, sir.
persons who are using library in the lawns, they were taking drinks, they were amusing, they are reading their newspapers, magazines,
Oh,
or all these things in the lawns.
that type of loan.
The bigger lawns, because lawns, all these things which you are only seeing in the pictures in the royal families, or in the zamidars, jagirdars, subadars, roytars, in the
Yes,
past
sir.
era, in the past era. But nowadays everyone is wealthy and everyone is creating lawns. And and if you are going to say about the library or academic or public library, whatever the types of library, also is of having lawns, library lawns. And in that lawns also you can create this facility, reading facility. Also you can create library facilities. Without going to your library, someone can sit in the library lawn. Someone can sit in the library lawn, or anywhere also in the parks also. That you can create in the parks also. You know that I am having a very nice park, that is your IG Park, Indira Gandhi Park. and the other children's park also. Under that under that project also you can create a new concept, that by creating your library, your children's library or your youth library or your general library, and also people can access that, can get information from the learn library, from the learn library. Understand what you
Yes, sir.
put the question? This is the
Yes,
concept.
Sir.
Nowadays it is developing. What exactly it was in the previous era or in the past time, in the royal families or in the zamindar jagidars, that also it is going to be converted and forwarded into the library system. It is most important thing also, because everywhere knowledge can be disseminated, information can be should be available. The purpose of establishing the lawn library is to disseminate the knowledge, or is to provide the knowledge and information to the users community. Understand?
Sir. Sir.
Bujiparlo?
Yes, sir.
Ha. And
Sir.
and also if you are going to the traditional and that you can going to difference between the traditional and automated and digital libraries, and if you are comparing the three eras of the library system, that you can find that during the traditional period and in the traditional library, that students were going to the library, and the librarian was giving access to providing a book or any type of document available in the library, and people user were issuing the matter or materials from the library for a certain period. He was keeping with him or her, then he was returning. This was the system. Nowadays in most of the cases also this system is going on. But whenever it converted into the automated system, then the system could be automated, and also the entire information, whatever the things available in the library, that is recorded in the not in the manual, that is also in the computerized mode. And to some extent, someone was coming to the library for the library catalog box. Now someone can come to the opaque system. Through that opaque also he can search it out the demand or the need of the user, and can demand before the user, and this is the part and parcel of that. And out of that also issue return things, all these things, that is also possible. And under that automation, it is coming under that automation process. And if you go to the third stage, third part of your library system, that is your digital library system, or digitization of your library documents, then it is the very most important and useful, and also very facilitable, advanced. I will say that it is a very advanced mode of operation, mode of dissemination of the library system. And nowadays it is helping to the users community, and that community is getting more and more benefits from the library. It is only possible because of the ICT tools, ICT hardwares, softwares, networking systems, all these things. These are the systems which are correlated and integrated, or most important things which are necessarily important for providing and digitizing, automating the system, library system. So for this, that you can have a better experience and idea that whatever the things are available, and how can you get access from the library system, that is through the digital library system. That you can go to the page number 19. Under that 19, you can be knowing that e-journals, online databases, remote digital libraries, global institutional repository. There are the four factors or four important things. Under that, so you see digital library, single window system, access, single window access to the heterogeneous resources. Heterogeneous means divergent resources, different kinds of resources available in the library. That through a single window, you can access everything. You can access everything, every type of documents available in the library. You can access. and in one way you can search or you can interfere in the system, that is the coming under the library resources system, opaque system. Under that also you can search out, you can know, you can identify your document whether it is available or not available, and if it is available also in is it issued or not issued, or that is in the rack, or it is issued to the users, or what are the exact date also will be knowing, and after that also you can consult on priority basis. These are the systems available. Most of the cases people who are not getting these facilities in the traditional system. What about the things which were being issued to the users categories, that after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, there was not a stipulated period, and after 1 year also student were coming to the library and returning the books. But nowadays, once it is crossing 14 days, if that is fixed for 14 days or 15 days or 20 days or 30 days, after that if the fine system is incorporated, if the fine system is incorporated, automatically fine charging the against the issue of books, and students also are getting conscious more than the previous, and because they have to pay fine against of the issue of books if they are delaying in returning the library books. These are the system a little bit is changing the system and also being helpful to the users. Student who is asking? Okay.
What is the institutional repository?
I'm going to discuss about that also. Institutional repository means it is a repository. Do you know what is repository? You can preserve the things or documents. Okay, you can preserve and reserve your documents for your future use or for your users community. You have to create that also. You have to create the create a institutional repository, and under that there are so many sections. Under that sections you can keep your records, whatever the records you can keep, your in-house operations, like in-house collections, like your published version of the journals, your magazines, your conference proceedings, also you can book chapters, so your question papers, your reports, your thesis, your dissertations, your so many other things, so many pamphlets, many things. What about the collections? What about the intellectual part of your institution can be reserved under the institutional repository, and this space is fit for that also. This space is one of them which can help, or which can be used for preserving and reserving your documents for your institution. I will discuss about that in the next tomorrow in the next class also. This space is one of them. Or another one is Greenstone Digital Library, GSDL.
Remote digital library
remote digital library कहले digital library रे जहाँ अच्छी मु ओडिया रे भलो भाबरे दी लाइन कहि दउची, जहाँ whatever the things माने जहाँ तम लाइब्रेरी रे अच्छी ताको केही लाइब्रेरी को न आसी बा यूजर लाइब्रेरी को न आसी घरे बसिकी लॉगिन आईडी क्रिएट करिकी यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड क्रिएट करिकी से एक्सेस पाई परिवो, आउ दैट ही हैज टू get that user id and password from the library. He has to get, otherwise he cannot access the library resources. A librarian has to create a user id. पिले बुझी पारलो? अरे कई कोन हां मारु नांती के ता माने बुझी पारनो ना कोन?
हां सर बुझी
आज्ञा सर
आ कोन तुम पाटरे हां आसीबा भी एती समय लागुची? मोर कहवा अर्थ होची लाइब्रेरी रे जो जिनिस बा जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स बा मटेरियल्स कथा को बा जहा भी किछि अछि, जदि लाइब्रेरी डिजिटाइज्ड लाइब्रेरी ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेस किणा होची ताहाले आमे ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेस ऑफलाइन डिजिटाइज्ड रिसोर्सेस आल्सो डिजिटाइज्ड रिसोर्सेस that ame create kariche nije our library bhite we have developed, we have created by ourselves, also we have we have kept it, also that could be disseminated to the users community. How can a user how can a user get the resources sitting at his or her home? That you have to create a user ID. Under that user ID, he can access that resources, library resources, access the library resources. ଆଉ କାର ବୁଝିବାର କଣ ଅସୁବିଧା ଅଛି? ଇଭିନ୍ ଇଫ୍ ତମେ ଟ୍ରେନ ରେ ଯାଉଥିଲା ବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟ, ଘରେ ବସିଥିଲା ବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟ, ଲନ୍ ରେ ବସିଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସବୁଆଡେ ତମେ ରିମୋଟ ଆକ୍ସେସ ପାଇପାରିବ। ତା ମାନେ ନୁହେଁ ଯେ କେବଳ ଖାଲି ଘରେ ବସିକି ଆକ୍ସେସ କରିବ, ଯେ କୌଣସି ଜାଗାରେ यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड क्रिएट करके रिमोट एक्सेस रे लाइब्रेरी रिसोर्सेस के फॉर दैट आल्सो यू हैव टू बी ए बोनाफाइड यूजर फॉर द लाइब्रेरी। you have to be a bona fide user for the library, otherwise a librarian माने how can a librarian will give this facility to you? So for that you have to be a user for the library, and you see that you can go through that also. The software is for that software is ILS integrated library system software is needed. Suppose in kit we are using libsys, LIBSYS. libsys 7 version, 7 means 7 version, 7th version of the libsys we are using. Now we are using the 10th versions of the libsys. It is the updated and upgraded version of the libsys we are using this. And under that also there are so many facilities. Under those facilities, by using those facilities, we are providing services to our users community, and it is a very helpful, usable, and also time saving quick services, prompt services can be provided to the users community. Automated library system, that is a global and it is a useful recommendation of the global system, library system, and open library environment project, that is under that funded by Andrew W. Mellon Foundation and participated by more than 300. It is a case study. You can cite this page, case study also, that is in the page of 228. You can go through that for knowing and developing the things, how it is useful, how it is important system for the users community, for the betterment of the users as a whole. Request for proposal, all these things are written in your booklet 1. You can go through that. If you are having any doubt also, you can ask me in the next class. Automated library system development and need for developing the system, that is through the means of what? By planning and implementing integrated library system, by developing your automated library system, by creating the digitization for your library, all these things. It is already we have discussed all about the things.
ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ସଫ୍ଟୱେୟାର ବିଷୟରେ ଟିକେ କହିବେ।
ସେଟା ବା ଅଛି ତମର କାଲି, ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ଏବେ କହୁଛି, ତଥାପି କାଲି
Yes,
ତମର
sir.
କାଲି କ୍ଲାସରେ ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ବିଶେଷ ଭାବରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବି। Automated library system, that is service, it is the purpose is ମାନେ କଣ ଆମେ କହିବା, ତାର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ବୋଲିକି ଯୋଉ କଥା ଆମେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବା, ମାନେ purpose କଣ, ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ କଣ ଯଦି କହିବା, ସର୍ଭିସ ଓରିଏଣ୍ଟେଡ software basically ଆମେ କହିବା, and also that in the present service oriented architecture we are creating, that is through जोटा कि आमे कहि परिबा ICT, under ICT that server हैला, server system we are creating for our library, for the entire department also, and cloud based services also, जोटा कि आमे सास कथा आमे कहि परिबा मोर गोटे पेपर अछि you people can go through that cloud computing. Okay, cloud computing, and how cloud computing is helpful in providing and disseminating the services, or disseminating the services to the users community. I have written a paper that is available in the Google also. You can go through that also. Cloud computing. And for that also you have to create cloud platform and cloud system also. Cloud, then cloud system can permit you to provide cloud services. You have to create a software that is your SaaS, PaaS and IaaS. SaaS means software as a service, PaaS means platform as a service, and IaaS means infrastructure as a service. These are the most important three things you have to create in your system or in your institution. Otherwise, the services cannot be provided. And under that system, after creating SaaS, PaaS and IaaS, then you have to create the system through creating or through the server visualization, open URL reservoir, application server. All these are the integrated systems of the ICT, and that you can do that also. You can take the help from the ICT people, information communication technology people, or computer based. Those are looking after the server, all these things. They are the computer engineers. They are called as the computer engineers or IT personnel. They can do better. Also, the same thing, that is the same education, the same I will tell about the computer knowledge that is being incorporated in our syllabus also, BLIS and MLIS system. IGNO has incorporated for that also. This is a paper ICT in libraries, and under that ICT in libraries, that we are discussing about the library automation and how it is helpful, and library digitization also, how we can create digitization in our library system or automated system. That is by DSpace is one of them, is a helpful instrument. GSDL is another helpful instrument. So for that also we are discussing about the cloud systems, server visualization, open URL reservoir, application software. These are the most important things for SaaS, and cloud-based ILS and interlibrary loan, that is possible. And also you have to create that platform as a service. If you have not created platform as a service, then you will not be permitted to provide the interlibrary loan, all these things. That if you have created infrastructure as a service, if you are having a better infrastructure, good infrastructure for your library, then your discovery services, your digital repository, your web hosting, your storage, storage of your documents, or storage of the collections of your collections could have been possible. And for that also, then your SaaS will provide cloud services, that is through, that is through your Google Doc, Google Apps, so OpenID, Adobe Reader. All these things are responsible. Under that platform as a service also, under that your interlibrary loan and cloud-based interlibrary services is possible. Under that also the services like LIMB, LIME, OSS Lab, NLAN, Project in India, Polaris, Exlibris, Exlibris. These are the services, cloud services platforms and services, service providers. They are supporting the system, and through that supporting system we can provide services to the users community. And infrastructure as a service also, under that discovery services, digital repository, web services are possible. And Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon Simple Storage Solutions, and all these are the very few examples I am citing. Apart from these examples also, there are so many agencies, or we can say that intermediary personnel who are supporting the system, and also For that they are charging little money for their services, and you can liaison with them, you can contact with them, you can take as a feeder to the system by which you can get the or provide the services by using those platforms. So cloud providers and services examples, cloud provider types of services that you can go through that table also, will be knowing so many things. Come to the other part, that is you can share data, you can share data from one cloud infrastructure, or you can tell about the your database. I will tell about your what, your server to the other server, other clients. You can create your host center also. You can create your center as a host center. Under your host center also you can provide many centers, that you can create your client center. So many client centers you can develop under your host center. These are the things which are coming under the library management system, web scale library system, and it is also being possible in the present infrastructure, present information communication technology era. Increasing use of open source software, nowadays it is available without any giving any penny to any intermediary. You can by yourself develop your in library system by using the open source softwares. And it is a most important thing if you are having ICT knowledge, and if you are having installation capacities, and you know that what about the ICT knowledge are necessarily important for creating the automation process in your library. That also you by without calling any intermediary, also you can set up your system, your library system, automated and digitized. That is depending upon you, how far you are knowledgeable, how ICT knowledge you are having, all these things. And if you are coming to the unit 2 library automation processes, then you see that library automation processes is a most important factor, and automation process that is depending upon 4 operational subjects. So already we have discussed about the acquisition, processing, use, maintenance, all these things, because in the first chapter it was being discussed, and that is in the 18 procedures. Through that acquisition also you can select, order, receive, access, that is access and processing, classify, catalog, labeling, shelving, and under the use also, that you can locate, list, issue, reserve, return, interlibrary loan, photocopy. Under the maintenance, that is you can bind, replace, discard the old books, or discard the things which are not being utilized for a longer period, and you can get out the document, or you can discard the document from your library, and on in that place also you can keep the new type of documents in your library. These are the things that is coming under the library workflow. These are the day-to-day work processes, day-to-day work processes, and you have to maintain that, you have to do that also. Otherwise the processes, library processes would have not been possible to provide right services, better services to the users communities. Students, are you getting me? 18 process
Yes, sir.
procedure
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you have to do under 4 important operational systems, and that is your acquisition processes, processing processes, use processes, maintenance processes. And these are your other 6 activities you have to do in your library. That is your initiative, authorize, activate, record, report, cancel. These are the other things you have to follow it up. And 15 tasks, that is your pass, receive, discard, place, remove, source, duplicate, attach, separate, move, sort, read, verify, enter, and decide. These are the things you have to follow it up. Otherwise, your system will not be maintained properly, and you will not be useful, or you will not make your library useful, more useful for the users community, and providing better services to your users community. You have to maintain the workflow system, subsystem of your library system, that is through your acquisition mode, through your maintenance mode, through your processing mode, through your use of the documents or resources of your library, and better utilization of your resources to your users community. These are the things you have to look after every day, every time. Otherwise, your processes may not be maintained properly. So these are the things you have to follow it up, and it is written in this part. You can go through that part also. How you have to select the document, you have to order the document, you have to receive the document, you have to process the document, you have to uh, uh, disseminate the document, you have to maintain the documents also. Maintenance is the most important part. Otherwise, your documents, highly precious documents also would be damaged and ruined. Your library may not be a perfect center, service center, providing your library services after 5 years, 10 years, if your library is not maintained properly. As I gave most important example, on that what you are using your clothes, and you need also washing of your clothes after using that. It is also in that manner, that way you have to look after your documents. You have to look after your library collections. Whatever the collections you are having in your library, that how your documents or your collections would be properly shelved, would be properly kept in the racks, and no weedings, no insecticide, insects, no nothing can enter into the racks, or that you can say in your almirah, all these things, that you have to look after all those things, and you have to keep in the better place, in the whatever, some documents you have to keep it in the fumigation rooms also. You have to maintain it, you have to keep it, otherwise it will be ruined within a limited period. These are the things you have to look after. Otherwise, the span of the document, the lifespan of the document will be decreased or will be shortened. So, it is, maintenance is the most important part, and you have to look after all those things. So flow of the automation flow of the workflow of the library system is the most important factor, and that by using your Leave, using your softwares like Ellipsis, your Koha, your Ganthala, your so many others of open source software, OSS, so what you are in abbreviation you can tell open source software OSS. That also, by using those things also, you can create, you can maintain, you can manage the system, workflow of the system, of your library system. You can do better for your library, all these things. So it is most important, and it is very useful for the library system. And by using all those things also, you will be a greater service provider for your users community as a whole also. ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ପିଲେ?
Yes, sir.
ସେଥିପାଇଁ ବଜେଟ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଅଛି, ବଜେଟ ପ୍ରୋସେସିଂ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଅଛି। କାହିଁକି ନା ବହି କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, କୌଣସି ମାଗାଜିନ କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, ନ୍ୟୁଜ ପେପର କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, ରିପୋର୍ଟ କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, ଯାହା ବି କିଛି, ବା ଡାଟାବେସେସ୍ କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, ବା ଅନଲାଇନ ରିସୋର୍ସେସ୍ କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, ଯାହା ବି କିଛି କରାହଉଛି, ସଫ୍ଟୱେୟାର୍ସ କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମନି ଦରକାର ନା ନାହିଁ? ପଇସା ଦରକାର, ମନି ଦରକାର। ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ଇୟର ରେ ଗୋଟେ ବଜେଟ କ୍ରିଏସନ, ଜେନେରାଲ ବଜେଟ ଯୋଉ ହୁଏ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ହେଡ ରେ କେତେ ଏକ୍ସପେଣ୍ଡିଚର ହବା ଦରକାର, ପର ଆମର ବଜେଟ ରହିବା ଦରକାର। ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରେ, କିଛି ଗିଫ୍ଟ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଆସିଥାଏ, କିଛି ଡୋନେସନ, ଯୋଉଟା ଗିଫ୍ଟ ବୋଲି କହୁଛ। ସପୋଜ ଆଇ ରୋଟ୍ ଏ ବୁକ୍, and I wanted to give you one copy of my writing to, or I want to donate my book one copy to the state library or public library. That public library can grow through that also. ଆଉ କିଛି ଥାଏ ସେସ୍ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ସେସ୍, ସପୋଜ ଗୋଟେ ମନ୍ଥଲି 20 ଟଙ୍କା 50 ଟଙ୍କା 100 ଟଙ୍କା ରଖିଛି, ତ ଫର you are using the library resources, for that you have to pay 100 rupees per month. Under that collection also the revenue can be generated, library revenue can be generated. And also to some extent government funding, it is a major portion, major donation, major contribution to the library collection, maintenance, everything. If you are discussing about the public library system, under the private library system, on the special library system, to some extent it varies, because uh, generally public library system, the aim or motto is to provide 100 to 100% services, or provide information free of cost, freely. And government, for that government bears the entire expenses. Under that, whatever the little collection that is coming from the public, or by imposing the cess, or by doing anything, or by or through the gift or donation, that becomes a partial contribution to the entire system.
State
Otherwise,
library ଅଛି ସେଟା କୋଉ category library?
if you are going to discuss about our state library, then it is coming under or maintained under the Department of Culture, under the Department of Culture. Okay, Odisha government ro gote culture department ଅଛି, culture department under ରେ ଏଟା control ହେଉଛି, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ per annum ରେ funding ଥାଏ।
ସେଟା ସାର୍
funding
କୋଉ
ଥାଏ।
category library ହବ ମାନେ
ବଡ ପାଟିରେ କୁହ, କଣ କହୁଛ?
ସେଟା ସାର୍ academic library ନା public library ନା
ନାଇଁ, state library is a public library, your district library is a public library, your village library is a public library, your taluk library is a public, जोटा कि block level block library is a public library। ତେଣୁ public library ର aim ହେଉଛି welfare of the society, welfare of the community। ଗୋଟେ public library ବଦଳରେ ଯଦି private ରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, may be it a academic library, be it a specialized library, but purpose is always of welfare, but thing is they imposes some money, or imposes some money on the users community for the development of the library, for the maintenance of the library। Okay, to some extent it only in this way it may be a differential, but otherwise the purpose to some extent 99% okay। What about the types of library? ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ନା ବଜେଟ ର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା?
yes sir
ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ନା? ଫର୍ଣ୍ଣିଚର କିଣା ହବ, ଫଟୋକପି ମେସିନ କିଣା ହବ, ଆଜି ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀରେ ୱିଡିଂ ହଉଛି, ଇନସେକ୍ଟିସାଇଡ୍ସ ସ୍ପ୍ରେ କରାହବ, ଫ୍ୟୁମିଗେସନ ରୁମ ରେ ଚାମ୍ବର୍ସ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରାହବ, ଫ୍ୟୁମିଗେସନ କିଣା ହବ, କେମିକାଲ୍ସ କିଣା ହବ, ତ କୋଉଠୁ ପଇସା ଆସିବ ଯଦି ବଜେଟ ନାହିଁ? ନହେଲେ ନ କିଣା ହେଲେ ମେଣ୍ଟେନାନ୍ସ କେମିତି ହବ?
ସେ ଗୋଟେ ନ୍ୟୁଲି କ୍ରିଏଟେଡ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ନୂଆ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ ତାହେଲେ କଣ ଇକ୍ୱିପମେଣ୍ଟ ଆଉ ଇଏ କଣ ଦରକାର ହବ?
ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଶୁଣ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଟେବୁଲ ଚେୟାର ର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ଅଛି, ବହି, ମାଗାଜିନ୍ସ, ନ୍ୟୁଜ ପେପର୍ସ, ଜର୍ନାଲ୍ସ, ରିପୋର୍ଟସ, ଏଇ ସବୁ ପାମ୍ପଲେଟ୍ସ ବହୁତ କିଛି କିଣିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ତା ସହିତ ଯଦି ତମେ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍ ସେକ୍ସନ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଫନି ବୁକ୍ସ କିଣିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ଷ୍ଟୋରି ଟେଲିଂ କିଣିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ଟଏଜ କିଛି ରଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, କିଛି ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆକୃଷ୍ଟ କଲା ଭଳିଆ ଛୋଟ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ କିଛି ଜିନିଷ ରଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ତାପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଚାର୍ଜିଂ ଟ୍ରେ କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ, କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର କିଣିବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ, ତାପରେ ଫଟୋକପି ମେସିନ ରଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ତା ପାଇଁ ସ୍ୱତନ୍ତ୍ର ତମର ସ୍କାନର ମେସିନ ରଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ବାଇଣ୍ଡର ମେସିନ ରଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ବାଇଣ୍ଡିଂ ଖୋଲି ଯାଉଛି, ଆଜି ପିନ୍ ଅପ୍ ଅନପିନ୍ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ବହୁତ ଜାଗାରେ, ତାକୁ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାକୁ ପଡିବ। ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ରହିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ତାପରେ ବି ଷ୍ଟାଫ ପେମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଛି, ତାପରେ ବି ମୁଁ ଯାହା ଯାହା ଡିସ୍କସନ କଲି ଇନସେକ୍ଟିସାଇଡ୍ସ ପାଇଁ, ପେଷ୍ଟିସାଇଡ୍ସ ପାଇଁ, ବା ଫ୍ୟୁମିଗେସନ ରୁମ୍ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ବା वाटर फैसिलिटीज क्रिएट करिवो तमे गोटे कूलर किनिया को पड़िवो कि तमे फैन किनिया को पड़िवो एसी कौन करिया को पड़िवो रूम गुडा को आजिकली गरम रे के पड़िबेनी नले भलो टेबल चेयर किनिया को पड़िवो बा डिस्टर्ब न हो पई कैरेल सब मिलुची हां यूजर्स कैरेल सब मिलुची ताको मझिरे पार्टीशन हेतिबो one should not be disturbed by the activities of the others, by the body language of the others. So for that you have to create in that way, you have to create the reading atmosphere, the environment, study environment you have to create. For that also you have to see how a user would not be disturbed. For that also you have to create the system accordingly. बुझी पड़छ ना जा कहली
yes
बही
sir
चोरी नवा
FOI जो
वाचर
ଗୋଟେ କଲେଜ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀରେ ମାନେ କେବଳ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ରହିବ ନା ମାନେ ଆଉ କଣ ରହିପାରିବ ଗୋଟେ କଲେଜ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀରେ
ଆଉ डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी गोटे क्रिएट करि परिबो डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी यू कैन क्रिएट अंडर दैट डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी यू कैन व्हाट आई विल टेल अबाउट यू कैन purchase or procure the online resources. Under that online resources, you have to give much stress on the things what accordingly or what ଏବେ ବି ପିଲା ଘଣ୍ଟାଏ ପରେ ଜଏନ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି विद्या भारती what the demands of the users community what are the most important things which are related to the education or part the program which are running under your institution accordingly you have to create that because the things many things are available in the market but what the things are useful to your programs to your study to your institution that you have to create like that you have to purchase like that मो कथा बुझी पारलो ना नाही गोटे ठंडा जर होइतिले आमे जदी कैंसर मेडिसिन खाइबा कोन भलो हबो आ
No, sir.
सेति पई हमको ठंडा जर रो मेडिसिन खाया पड़िबो सेति पई हमको ठंडा जर मेडिसिन खाया पड़िबो आमर जदी इंस्टीट्यूशन टा जदी बीएससी इन बायोटेक्नोलॉजी कोर्स अच्छी एमएससी इन बायोटेक्नोलॉजी कोर्स अच्छी पॉलिटिकल साइंस बही रे रखिले कोन हबो ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेस रो पॉलिटिकल ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेस पॉलिटिकल साइंस रो ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेस प्रोक्योरमेंट कले कोन हबो no way it would be helpful so you have to create or you have to procure the things according to the users demand according to the need of the users needs of the users सेटा होची मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट सिलेक्शन ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट इज ए मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट फैक्टर सिलेक्शन ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट is a most important ba selection of the collection is a most important factor otherwise that any kind of things according to your wishing or without selecting if you are procuring any type of tips and things and keeping in your library may not be useful for the users community and may not be useful for growing your institution as a whole also बुझीपारछ ना नहीं जदि तुम यूजर कम्युनिटी की ग्रो करिवार अछि गोटे इंस्टीट्यूशन को ग्रो करिवार अछि सेति पई हमको अकॉर्डिंगली प्लान आउट करिवार अछि गोटे भलो घर करिया पई हेले प्लान टे करिया पड़ुछि नै कि जदि एक तला रो प्लान आनी कि पांच तला घर करिया ता धरे कोन संभव हबो
No, sir.
सेति पई हमको जो माने प्लान दउचंती इंजीनियर माने होंतु आर्किटेक्चर वाला होंतु बा जो गोटे ड्राफ्ट्समैन मध्य ड्राफ्ट्समैन टे कोन करूची आगे सेही अनुसार प्लानिंग करूची केते क्विंटल रॉड तळे दिया जीवो बा तार बेसमेंट केते स्ट्रांग होबा दरकार पांच तला पई बेसमेंट केते स्ट्रांग होबा दरकार एक तला दुई तला पई से अलग कथा सेतिक वे रे बा सेही वे रे प्लान आउट होबा दरकार ठीक सेमिति आमर जदि यूजर्स कम्युनिटी गोटे टाइप ऑफ यूजर्स वन टाइप ऑफ यूजर्स differs from the another type of users. So if the one type of users is, suppose one example, political science, another type of user is economics, another type of user is mathematics, another type of user geoscience, geoinformatics. The users community, variance of the users community may create confusion. So you have to create users community accordingly, and that would be helpful to you people in disseminating the services to the users community, and that would be very much helpful. So for that you have to create your users community. Under your users, different users community, you can provide services to the users community particularly, pinpointedly. बुझीगला स्टूडेंट्स बुझीपारल?
Yes, sir.
हाँ
Yes, sir.
यूजर्स कम्युनिटी क्रिएट करिया को पड़े. इट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. आओ
सर
हाँ
सर जो इंटरनेट और इंटरनेट विषय तो जाना अछि किंतु एक्स्ट्रानेट टा कोन?
एक्स्ट्रानेट जो माने कौन कहिबी अवश्य कोड सेटा के को पेज रे अछि तो ना
सर स्टार्टिंग रे गोटे टर्म दै छी
हाँ
स्टार्टिंग लाइन रे
को कते पेज को मते
कोच सर
मते समय नष्ट काहे गोटे पेज कहबो ना ओ सेट
सर
कोन
7 नंबर
हां
ब्लॉक 1 रे 7 नंबर पेज रे गोटे दै छी गोटे टर्म दै छी एक्स्ट्रानेट.
हां
सेटा सर कोन एक्चुअली इंटरनेट और इंटरनेट तो जाना अछि. इंटरनेट रे लैन यूज होछि, इंटरनेट रे फाइबर ऑप्टिक केबल यूज होछि.
फाइबर
एक्स्ट्रानेट
ऑप्टिक
जिंसटा
केबल हो जो जो माने
एक्स्ट्रानेट
क्लाउड क्लाउड जो माने सपोज गोटे ग्रुप अछंती, दे आर द सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स, they are without any connection, Wi-Fi, all these things also coming under that. ये सब जिनस को सेमाने यूज करिक मध्य कौन करचंती सर्विस भी प्रोवाइड करचंती. तो देखो गोटे मु कहबी रिलायंस कि एयरटेल हैला कि सपोज तमे कौन करिवो तमर एंटायर डाटा टाको तांको दे दबो. तम कॉलेज रो डाटा टाको पूरा कॉलेज रो डाटा टाको तांको दे दो कहबो यू आर द थर्ड पार्टी and we are having connection with माने ये contact with you, that you can control anything from your database. सेमाने कौन करिवे सेमाने कोनोसी तुमको लान रो बा को तार जुखिया पे से कहबेनी कि लान माने लोकल एरिया नेटवर्किंग. कोनोसी लोकल एरिया नेटवर्किंग भी किछ करबा दरकार नै. They will create a port against of you, they will create a user ID taking to your institution, all these things. How under that user ID they will provide services kemiti na total database se mane rakhi ki that they will use the internet but third party internet ta ko use karbe jota ki bandwidth re that is through your, that we are telling about the cloud services, hello.
सर
We are
माने से
telling about
डेडिकेटेड नेटवर्क टा ही एक्स्ट्रानेट.
डेडिकेटेड सर्वर किंतु विदाउट माने वाईफाई रे तो माने सब किछि मेंटेन करिवे जोटा कि बीएसएनएल फीएसएनएल बहुत कंपनी रो डाटा टा को कंट्रोल करूची. बीएसएनएल रिलायंस हला कि एयरटेल हला से माने कांटेक्ट करछन 50-100 ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रो डाटा टा को से माने कंट्रोल कर. तमे गूगल ले मारी के देखि दियो. देखो मु एठी गूगल ले मारे कि तुमको गोटे एग्जांपल भी दे दो. मारो ताको तमे थर्ड पार्टी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर मध्य कहि परिबो. कोन कहि परिबो हेलो
थर्ड पार्टी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर।
हाँ थर्ड पार्टी सर्विस प्रोवाइडर हाँ
ଆଉ ସାର୍ ଏ ଯୋଉ ଇଣ୍ଟିଗ୍ରେଟେଡ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ର ଯୋଉ ଡାଇଗ୍ରାମ ଟା ଦେଇଛି ସାର୍ ତା ୱାର୍କଫ୍ଲୋ ଟା ଟିକେ ସାର୍ ବୁଝି ହଉନି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଡାଇଗ୍ରାମ ଟା ଦେଖିକି ଟିକେ ସାର୍ ଟିକେ କ୍ଲାରିଫାଇ କରିଦେବେ କି
କୋଉଟାର
ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ପେଜ ନମ୍ବର 6 ରେ ହିଁ ଅଛି ସାର୍ ଆରମ୍ଭରେ
କଣଟା ବୁଝିହେଲାନି
ସାର୍ ଏଠି କୋଉଠି ଲାଇବ୍ରେରିଆନ ର ରୋଲ ଟା କୋଉ ପଟେ ରହୁଛି ୟୁଜର ର ରୋଲ ଟା କଣ ରହୁଛି
କହୁନ
କୁଆଡେ କଣ
ମତେ
ଫ୍ଲୋ ଟା ରହୁଛି
ସେଇଟା ମାନେ ବୁଝିପାରୁନ କୋଉଠି ବୁଝିପାରୁନ ମତେ କୁହ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ କଣଟା କୋଉ ଟର୍ମ ଟା ମତେ ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ କୁହ
ସେ ଡାଇଗ୍ରାମ ଟା ସାର୍ ଟିକେ ଖାଲି ଡେସକ୍ରାଇବ କରିଦେଲେ ବୁଝି ହେଇଯାନ୍ତା
ମତେ ପୁଣି ମୂଳକୁ ଯିବାକୁ ହେଲେ ସମୟ ମୋର ଯାଉଛି ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା କଭର କରିଦେଇଥାନ୍ତି ତାପରେ ଡାଉଟ ସେସନ ଗୋଟେ ରଖିଥାନ୍ତି
ସାର୍ ନହେଲେ ସେମିତି କରନ୍ତୁ ପୁରା କଭର କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ
ଏଇଟାକୁ
ତାପରେ
ଟିକେ କଭର କରିଦଉଛି ଆଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ତମର ଯୋଉ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ତମେ ଟିପିକି ରଖ ଖାତାରେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ତାକୁ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ଇଏ କରାଇଦେବି ଆଉ ଅନଲାଇନ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଆକ୍ସେସ କାଟଲଗ କଥା ପୁରା ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ଅନଲାଇନ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଆକ୍ସେସ କାଟଲଗ must be fully integrated with the other modules and accessible through the web based client ସେଇଟା ଭାରି ହେଲ୍ପଫୁଲ ଲୋକକୁ ଜାଣିଯିବ ଜଣେଇ ଦିଏ ଯେ କଣ ତମର ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ସିଷ୍ଟମରେ ଡକୁମେଣ୍ଟସ ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଅଛି ବା କଲେକ୍ସନ ଆଭେଲେବୁଲ ଅଛି ହେଲା ଆଉ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜଣେଇ ଦିଏ କଣ ନା ଡକୁମେଣ୍ଟ ଇଜ checked out or checked in stage ସେଇଟା ବି ଦେଖୁନ or reserve stage ଯାହା କିଛି ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଜଣେଇଦବ ସେଟା କେତେ ୟୁଜର କେତେ ବେନିଫିଟ ଦଉଛି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଣ ନା ଅ ଯୋଉ ଆମେ କହିବା must be Z39.50 complaint cataloging system जोटा कि मार्क फॉर्मेट रे मशीन रीडेबल कैटलॉगिंग फॉर्मेट मशीन रीडेबल कैटलॉगिंग फॉर्मेट मो 2 to 3 पढ़ेला बेले तुमको सेटा कहउतली वर्कफ्लो सिस्टम टा ऑटोमेटिकली जेमती सेटा एथि पई जे दैट इज a standard system and universally accepted system and that is not a developed for a particular group or particular institution that the system has mm, been accepted or that is created for the entire major communities as a whole for that also that is a standard system and under that standard system everybody accept that software ତେଣୁ ଏସବୁ ଯୋଉ କୁହା ଫୁଆ ଗୁଡା ନ୍ୟୁଜ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲିଭ୍ ହେଲା ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥାଳୟ ହେଲା ଲିପସିସ୍ ହେଲା ଏସବୁ ସେଇ ୱେରେ ଡେଭଲପ କରାହେଇଛି ସେଥିପାଇଁ that also the software is being accepted and purchased most of the libraries of the world particularly one system ରେ ମଧ୍ୟ someone can develop also because what we see that computer students also can develop a software and if you are providing the data and the things which are really or necessarily important for the library that they can learn from you and also can make a integrated system for your organization but what is the difference between your standard system by software and the software which is developed by your college students there will be a large gap in between of two softwares what no, it is not tested it is not actually accepted by the entire queries that may not be fulfilled may not be compiled to the entire queries entire demands of the users categories but to some extent what about the softwares you are using in your library system if that is a standard and that is tested and that is also has some experience already it is 5 years 10 years crossed and the users already has availed such facilities in that system then obviously it is more acceptable than the system the students have developed in our institution so for that it takes time also if you are creating gains mane experience your gaining experience may rectify the problems day by day year to year already Lipsis and Kuha, all these things have rectified the problems, or the systems they have developed, many things they have incorporated than the previous versions. So for that they are creating new type of versions. New versions means the systems which were previously available, the facilities which were previously available, now it is in the better standard, better way. Products and ଆଉ ଯେତେ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଅଛି ଆମର ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ରେ सर्कुलेशन सिस्टम इज द मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट सिस्टम बुझियोछ ना जो सर्कुलेशन आमे कहूचे हमर जेते रिसोर्सेस लाइब्रेरी रे अछि दैट वी आर क्रिएटिंग व्हाट जे हमर सर्कुलेशन टाको यूजर कम्युनिटी पाखरे पहुंचेबा होची मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट फैक्टर if you are not reaching the things which are available in your library, that means properly you have not cultivated or you have not done homework properly. My point of saying is like that. That means whatever the things you are having, whatever the facilities in your library you are having, that such type of facilities should be known to your users community first. You have to give information to your users community first. Now your total numbers is 30 out of 50, means 20 left. Why they are not interested? Am I not a perfect teacher, or you are not in a mood to listen to me? Which one is correct? Students, huh?
Sir, some of the students have no interest.
ମୁଁ ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି କାଳେ ମୁଁ perfect teacher ନୁହେଁ, ଆଉ ଟିକେ better teacher ହେଇଥିଲେ ଶୁଣିଥାନ୍ତ।
100% and best.
50 ଜଣ ଥିଲେ, now your strength is 30.
Actually sir starting रे गोटे प्रॉब्लम होतला कोन टिके जेतेले कांसेप्ट ऊपर को हम आस्तलु किछि ही जानि पार नथलु सेतेले भल लागु नथला एबे तो हमको बहुत भल लागुची बुझी पाछ हम निजे पढिले
जदि यूनिट वाइज रे पढ़ाई तांदा तमे क्लास छाडी के जाई न तांदो हम कोन करूछु टाइम कंजप्शन टा ओडा हाइपर रेट रे होची आमे गैलोपिंग रेट रे आमे एठु जाई के आ गोटे डेई पडछु आ गोटे डेई पडछु काहे कि जोड़े क्लास ओनली 2 classes and we have to cover the entire subjects and we can brief mane give the mane in the sketchy way we can only brief the things we cannot discuss in detail because of lack of time बुझे होछ ना ठीक कहल ना भूल कहल
आज्ञा सर
Yes, sir.
सेटा
ठीक
जदि
कहले।
हां सेटा जदि 10 टा 12 टा क्लास हेतांदा ताहले ऑब्वियसली हमें
गला
गोटे
बेलको फ्रेशर हे गला बेलको हम सब किछि टाइम से बाउंस हो जाउची
बाउंस करे बाध्य हमें we are bound to bounce because we cannot cover the entire things we have to cover then we are going or ताको हमें कहबा jumping from one section to the another section intentionally
सर जेंती प्रीवियस ईयर जो जेंती संडे रे सब क्लास होतला सकाळो संध्या पर्यंत
तो होउनी आ कोन करिया कोरोना समय से माने they have allotted only 2 classes and in that 2 classes we have to discuss the things entire things and that is creating problem still we have to know the things and you go through in detail also in your booklets and if you are having any doubt also you can ask me next time also कौन है बड़ पार्टी को शुभुनी शुभुनी हेलो
हेलो सर
हाँ को
क्लास करे जो कंटिन्यू चली छे जा हेलानी गोटे मासे खंड हेलानी आरसी भुवनेश्वर जो यूट्यूब रो चैनल अछि सेही अपलोड होउची कि सर ना हबो
देखुन साइड रे सेटा अपलोड हेछि कि नाही कहि पारुनी किंतु हवा कथा
काली देखुथिली प्रीवियस क्लास रो किछि हे ने कहउथिले कोऑर्डिनेटर से हम कथा हिथिली से कहउथिले ना हबो बोली
विजय सार अच्छा कोऑर्डिनेटर माने एकेडमिक रो कोऑर्डिनेटर विजय कुमार साहू आरसी रीजनल सेंटर भुवनेश्वर इग्नू if you can liaison with him or contact with him you will be
ଏବେ
knowing
ଯାଇକି
better
ସାର୍
info
ଫିଜିକାଲି ମିଶି ହବ କି ନା କଲ୍ କରିକି?
कोरोना रे ସେମାନେ କଣ allow କରିବେ କି କଣ ସେ ସିଷ୍ଟम କଣ ସେ ରଖିଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି ନା during corona period have they allowed or not I do not know
ଯଦି ବିଜୟ ସାର୍ ନମ୍ବର ଟା ଯଦି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଅଛି ଦୟାକରି ଟିକେ ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତେ।
ଏଇ
ଏବେ
ଷ୍ଟଡି
ନ ଦେଇ
ସେଣ୍ଟର କୁ
ପାରିଲେ ବି ଆମେ
ମାଗିକି
ସାର୍
ନବ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ହଉ
ଠିକ୍
ଛାଡ
ଅଛି।
ତ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମୋର କହିବା ଅର୍ଥ ହଉଛି ଓ କହିବା ଅର୍ଥ ହଉଛି ଯୋଉ ଆମେ ଡିସ୍କସନ ଏବେ ସୁଦ୍ଧା କରୁଛେ डिस्कशन भितर जो वर्कफ्लो ऑफ द ऑटोमेटेड सिस्टम एंड सर्कुलेशन पार्ट ऑफ दैट इज ए मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट फैक्टर under that circulation transaction management reminder generation fiscal management interlibrary loan management maintenance of the system maintenance of the circulation also the maintenance is generally attached to the circulation model for recording information recording documents binding damaging the documents which one is damaged which one is to be withdrawn from the library these are the things which can be known or can be recorded in your circulation part also जोटा कि आमे गोटे गोटे करिके ताकू करूथिले now you can get information from the circulation part of your software माने लिप्सिस हो कोहा हो जा हो एटा एडवांटेज आ कोन यूजिंग ऑफ योर automation or digitized automation automated system creating your automation system that these are the facilities you can gain and these are the things you can uh, use in your library system uh, in facilitating more and more towards your user community. How that depends upon generally the system administrator. How far the system administrator has integrated the library system or developed the library system in the library software is most important. If you are, we are going to discuss about the library packages, automation packages, software packages. जोटा कि आमे कहूतले एबे इंटीग्रेटेड लाइब्रेरी सिस्टम रे एवरग्रीन अच्छी कोहा अच्छी न्यूजन लीग अच्छी लिप्सिस अच्छी कमर्शियल एवडा का जो सब पीएमबी एठी generally we can get differentiate between the commercial softwares and the open source softwares means which are freely available in your Google. Okay students, hello
Yes, sir.
Yes,
students,
sir.
I am discussing about the softwares, what about the softwares we are using in our automation process, that in two ways you can get. One way of installing your software, that is free software which are available in the Google freely, and another way is or your commercial software that you have to depend upon the vendor service provider through your contact you can create such facilities in your library, and for that also you have to pay money to the service provider. Okay, that is in case of your commercial software. Suppose Lipsys, Slim, Soul, VirtuaLS, these are the commercial software packages, and the work is almost same, but what is the major difference? If the software is freely available, why a library will purchase commercial software?
And the support system is strong for the commercial.
Ah, but a maintenance system is most important thing. Annual maintenance system back रे रहिवा कथा. Yes or no? କିଛି ଗୋଟେ technical error ଆସୁଛି, technical problem create ହଉଛି. Who will support us? ଆମର ଆଜି data loss ହଉଛି, export import system ର problem ହଉଛି. କିଛି ଆଜି ଗୋଟେ ଯାହାବି any type of problems we are facing in our service period, day-to-day service period. Who will support us? In back, someone should be a guard, strong supporter. So for that, commercial software little better than the open source software. And freeware library software, that is your ABCDE, Granthalaya, Weblis. These are the softwares also that you can get it freely. Every day, even not a month or a year, every day, some of the software developers, they are trying their level best to incorporate new things, new types of things in their packages. How the packages will be more and more useful and more helpful to the library professionals as well as users communities. They are creating their developments. They are changing their systems, or they are incorporating new types of facilities in their software. In their software, every day they are developing, and this is the latest version now available. That means you will see that little more facilities than the previous version they have created because of the demand of the users, demand of the library professionals, demand of the system. So if we are discussing about the computer system, that generally we know that system software and application software are two things. System software is a constant software that is already have been developed by the developers who has made the computer system. But that is, we can add little more facilities to our computer system, that is using our application software. That under that application software, suppose we are using LibSys. That means LibSys is a commercial software someone has developed. That software we are procuring for our library, and that software is being installed in our library system, computer system, and under that computer library installation, software installation, we are working in that system, library automation software. And that is library automation software mainly divided under operational part and also administrative part. Administrative part is also important. Operational part is also important. Under operational part, we are providing services. Under administrative part, we are keeping records for the correct administration or for keeping our records intact. Taki we at any moment, any time can report, can get statistics, can do everything. Document related, planning related, customization of things, that is staff related informations, so many other things. That is under administrative system. And basically the power is in the hands of a library head, who is heading that library, under his or her headship, the entire systems are carried on. But operational systems and subsystems that is developed by the or managed by the library professionals, not a single library professional, by the library professionals who are working in the library. So someone is looking after the circulation part may not look after the acquisition part, may not look after the integrated library, interlibrary load part, may not look after the maintenance part of the library. So there are so many other sections coming under the operational subsystems. Under that operational subsystems, if you are dividing, then basically housekeeping operations, under that housekeeping already we have discussed your acquisition, cataloging, circulation, interlibrary loan, serial control, maintenance, all these things are coming under housekeeping operations. Under the information retrieval processes, that is your OPAC system, already we have the web OPAC and integrated access also. These are the things which are now available under the information retrieval system. These are the roles of the library automation. These are the main functional parts of the software system, integrated software system, which are being used in the library services. Okay. And you can go through the history and evolution part of this and how it has come to this stage. What are the things which are previously used, were being used in the library system. Now, what are the things in the latest version, that is in the 20th, 21st century, with the what is the latest version? You will go through that. You will be knowing that also. And if you are discussing about the categorization of the interlibrary information and library systems by distributing the policies, all these things, then distribution policy, large library system, medium range library system, small library system. To some extent, it depends upon if you are having a big library, that what are the things which are fit to your library. If you are having a medium range of library, what are the things, means we are discussing about the software. What are the softwares which are really helpful or useful to your medium range library. If you are having a very teeny library, small library, then what are the softwares which are uh, helpful or which can be managed by using the small library system. Also, that categorically it is presented in a tabular format, types of library. Under that also, accordingly, you can use the software taking to your type of library, means type means you are taking to your volume of things, volume of collections present in your library. And categorization by place, origin, all these things, it is presented in the table 3.4, that ILS and foreign origin, ILS developed over ILS of a foreign origin. Which one? Alice, Windows, Evergreen, Koha, version 3.x, virtual ILS. These are the things you can go through that also. That means one example it is cited, and for your better information it is given. Open source software packages. Under that also you can get it the benefits like community ownership is there, vendor independence is there, smooth migration is there. Smooth migration means your export import of data, all these things. Use of open standards is also is there. Customization means that depending upon you by yourself can directly customize the thing. Fund savings also, because you are not paying any penny to your third party who is providing services. You are not paying any penny, any single rupee to anybody, and it is commonly freely available, and under that also you are providing services. It is a merit part if you are wanting to save your money for your organization. That is possible. Fund saving is a most important factor. And also that is another thing is most important, that is freedom. Freedom means Open source integrated library system allows librarian to operate at the system level, whereas in commercial integrated library systems, the role of librarians is reduced to mere data entry operators. Because entire things are incorporated, are already have been incorporated, and accordingly any layman, if he is doing practicing in the library system, can manage the entire system. But in the open source software system, that you have to create the integrate the system, under that you can develop and you can create the system accordingly for your taking to your usability, taking your need of the library system, all these things. These are the difference. Like that also evergreen, like that also there are so many other softwares also. Your booklet can give you many more informations about the types of about the softwares which are available in the market, which are freely available. Some of them are commercially available, some of the free softwares also.
Sir, fraternity.
uh,
Fraternity ଟା sir ଛାଡ଼ିଦେଲେ।
ଆଟର୍ନିଟି ହଉଛି ଭାତୃତ୍ୱ ଭାବ ହେଲା, ଗୋଟେ ଯୋଉ ସୁସ୍ଥ ବାତାବରଣ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା, ଯୋଉ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ନ୍ୟୁଜେନ୍ ଲିପ୍ ଫ୍ୟୁଜେନ୍ ଲିପ୍ ଏ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ସବୁ ଦେଲା ହେଲା, ତାର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦେଲା ଆଉ ତାର କାମ କଣ ସବୁ ଦେଲା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ତା ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ଆଟମୋସ୍ଫିୟର କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା, ଗୋଟେ ମାନେ ହେଲ୍ଦି
ହଁ
ଆଟମୋସ୍ଫିୟର କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା।
ହଁ ହଁ ହଁ। ତାପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ ସଫ୍ଟୱେର ପ୍ୟାକେजेस ଅଛି, generic parameter of evaluation. Under that also it is given what services available, check availability checklist also is one of them. Service core services is another one. You are already known that about your acquisition, cataloging, circulation, OPAC. It is previously available and already we have discussed about that. Enhanced services, value added services, functional checklist. Under that also, searching capabilities, data entry and editing small models freely available. What I said, not freely means it is available in the system. Cataloging editor, authority control, inventory, range of your inventory, checkout inventory kan बुझ कौन आवश्यकता तो ଗୋଟେ list କରିକି ଦବ, checkout, renewal, circulation, check-in, all these things facilities are available. Find fees under that circulation system, it is also available. Notice production also available, holds, recalls, portable backups. All these are the facilities which are available under the standard compliance. अच्छा ମୁଁ କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହେଁ ଯେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷଟା ଆମେ କଭର କରୁଛେ କଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ହାତରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ନ୍ୟୁଜନ୍ ଲିପ୍ ଯାହା ବି ହଉ, ତମେ ଆଜି ରାତିରେ ପଢ, କାଲି ଦିନମାନ ବି ପଢ, ପଢିଲା ପରେ କାଲି ଆମେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରିବା 7ଟା ବେଳେ ଯେ କୋଉଠି ତମର କଣ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମଟା ରହୁଛି। ମୁଁ ତ ସବୁଟାକୁ ଟଚ୍ କରିନି, ମୁଁ ମେନ୍ ଜିନିଷ ତମକୁ କହିଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଜିନିଷ ହଉଛି application of open source software, commercial software বা freeware software ଯାହା ବି ହଉ, purpose is to provide services to the users categories as a whole. as a whole. If we are not fulfilling or respecting to the demands of the users community, that means what about the automation processes, what about the I mean the digitization processes we have created for our library, what about the developed processes we have integrated, we have developed in our library system, what is the meaning of that? Is it having any meaning? आमे
No,
कोटी
sir.
टंका खर्च करिकी आम लाइब्रेरी रे बहुत बही पत्र किनिले ताको ऑटोमेटेड करले ताको डिजिटाइज्ड करले ताको सब किछ करले किंतु सर्विस प्रोवाइडर ठीक कले नाही यूजर्स कम्युनिटी की सैटिस्फैक्शन मिलेला नाही आमे सेही वे रे काम कले नाही तेणु कहा ऊपर डिपेंड करछि से सब थाई कि जदि ए सबुटा यूजलेस then who is responsible, who is our system, in what system, in which part of the system is responsible, kiye who is really responsible for that pila kiye कहबो शुभलक्ष्मी
Sir,
जोशी
we are
शुभलक्ष्मी ए कौन जवाब दोने शुभलक्ष्मी जोशी
Yes, sir.
तुम जवाबटा दବାକୁ 3 थर डाकिले हबो ना तुम रहउन कि लाइन ने
सर अपन वॉइस टा कम मते ठीक से सुबुनी
अरे मु आउ जण को ताले टेस्ट करूची सम्राट सम्राट चंद्रगुप्त सनत कुमार दास
Yes, sir.
ये तो सुनी
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sanat Kumar Das.
सनत कुमार दास शुभलक्ष्मी कौन मोर कहबार अर्थ कौन आम पाखरे सब किछि अछि we are having
Yes, sir.
everything we are having a good collection we are having good collections we are having automation system already we have developed this system we are having digitization we have created a digital or system already has been developed for our library that means world class system but users are not satisfied who is really responsible huh हाय पिलाडा कौन तब सुनछो
sir, we are responsible for that, sir, as a
we means
librarian.
who
As a
library
librarian.
professionals are responsible because the attitude of the professionals the real attitude duty binding attitude of the professionals are most important professionals should be a hardworking professionals professionals should be a attitude oriented professionals if the professionals are not having attitude towards providing the services that means services would not have been provided to the users communities am I right
Sir.
Yes, sir.
ତେଣୁ ତାକୁ ଓଡିଆରେ କହନ୍ତି ମନୋବୃତ୍ତି ମନୋବୃତ୍ତି ରହିବା ଦରକାର ଗୋଟେ ମନୋବୃତ୍ତି ଥିଲେ जदि बा 100 ରୁ 100 फैसिलिटीज न थाए तथापि गोटे यूजर्स को केमिति संतुष्ट करबा को पड़िबो आमे चाहिले कर परिबा गोटे आमे रेफरेंस सर्विस दउ थाउ आ गोटे रेफरल सर्विस गोटे थाए आम पाखरे जिंस नाही किंतु किए से जिंसटा रखिछि आमे तो कहि परिबा ना कुबेर पाखक जेतेबेले लोक जाए धन पाई कुबेर सब किछि समाधान करि पारेनी फिर भी कुबेर कौन करे जोटा ता द्वारा न हुए से किसी बाट बतई दिए बाबा ये जगह को गले तो ये समाधान हो जिवो मार्गदर्शक पथ प्रदर्शक बा साहाय्यकारी जहा को से जो बाटटा बताए दैट इज द रेफरल सर्विस कारण से आइडिया भी से यूजर पाखरे नाही जोटा कि as per your saying he is going to the other place where he is being satisfied, he is getting his needs, his demands or fulfilling his demands. This is also called as library service. What is called that? Referral service. गोटे रोगी जिते बड़े डॉक्टर पाखक जाए से कौन करे रेफर कर दिए जोटा न पारे से रोगी रोगटा को भल न करि पारे से कौन करे रेफर कर दिए ए जाओ तुम एससीबी रे देखाओ से जने सेठी भल डॉक्टर अछंती रेफर रेफर रु रेफरल हिच दैट इज योर एडजेक्टिव पार्ट ऑफ योर वर्ब तेणु ये जो एडवाइस टा दबा दैट इज मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट थिंग से एडवाइस टा मध्ये यूजर पाखरे नथिला एनी हाउ if you are having intention a good intention if you are having attitude means your library oriented attitude बहुत लोकंकर पर्सनल एटीट्यूड ग्रो करि जाए चाकरी करिक मध्य खाली निजर बेनिफिट टा को एटीट्यूड अछि निजर बेनिफिट पई एटीट्यूड should be the users oriented attitude users और कम्युनिटी सैटिस्फैक्शन एटीट्यूड ताहले जाई की भलो हबो तेनो माय पॉइंट ऑफ सेइंग व्हाट अबाउट द थिंग्स वी कवर्ड अबाउट अंडर द लाइब्रेरी ऑटोमेशन दैट इज योर इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट योर automation part your library automation processes part your library packages part your examples cited many examples out of that cohort and libsys your granthalaya so many other things also covered if you have understood that I am satisfied if you have not understood also I am satisfied and also waiting you till putting your questions in the next class you go through the pages whatever the things really you are not understanding in a very generic way not in a very absurd manner in a very generic you can put question to me also that will have another discussion that is about your digitization part and its responsible factors or systems which are responsible in the next class and one two questions also you can raise from you can put from your side if you are having also then we'll wind up okay students
ओके सर
Yes,
how
sir.
कौन जदि गोटे जोड़े कौन पचारि पारो
ओके
सर वेब
हाँ
3.0 जो कहले 3.0 सर
जीरो
सेटा
सेटा वो नो
आर्टिफिशियल
सेटा
इंटेलिजेंस 3.0 सेटा सर
हाँ
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इंक्लूड होची
हाँ
कि
हाँ 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 ठीक गोटे मिनिट हाँ हाँ कौन कहूँ नाइट कर्फ्यू ना हम बंद कर ठीक अच्छे समय हो गलानी घर फोन आस नहीं नाइट कर्फ्यूटा से पुलिस जगुचंती हाँ स्टूडेंट्स ठीक अच्छे ना थैंक यू ऑल हैला
ओके सर थैंक यू
थैंक यू
Thank
सर
you, sir.
Sir.
हाँ
Sir.
आ टे पढ़ा पढ़ी करो जो प्रॉब्लम हो पचारिबो
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
यस
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
सर गुड नाइट
थैंक यू